Hello, friends. It's time for part 2 of an interesting tale. This is Roadkill Beard Part 2, The Piss Coup. I have several questions. Hello again. Welcome to the saga of Roadkill Beard and his partner, Bearbeard. Take note, this is all from memory, so details are lost to time. Let me properly introduce the characters. Myself, Suka, I'm 5'4", female, 21, short, curly blonde hair, physically fit. I'm beard bait because I love almost all kinds of video games without judgment, as well as comic books. You know the way. Because I was attending college at the time, I had to study often, passionate about the subjects, and all the work I did. Cal, my significant other, 5'10", 21 male, long, beautiful black hair, kind of looks like the lead singer of the Foo Fighters. We're engaged as of writing this tale. Oh, well, congratulations. Percival, 4'10", 21 male. Curly, big hair of mixed race. This is important for later. I'm nervous whenever anybody says that. Little chubby, but super cute and wholesome. Bearbeard, or BB, 5'2", 23M, trans. Short military cut hair and overweight, like largely overweight. And Roadkill Beard, our main protagonist and the puppet master behind what would be the chaos and hell that he orchestrated in our lives for the next 2.5 years or so. He's 6'4", 22, and had an atrocious belly. It often poked out like a beer belly, hung down like a ball sack. Call that the fupa. Worst part was, his shirts were often too small so you could see his stomach fall out of it. It wasn't even either. Much like a ball sack, with one being smaller than the other. And hairy. And he stunk like roadkill. Like onions and the sun and cat piss. Okay, stop. You're getting too descriptive. First off, I should explain how we came into their company. Cal had known BB before BB knew RK. Back then, BB was just regular old school stoner. He was chill, but not very book smart. Cal and BB were friends back then, from middle school past high school. That's when I met Cal, and Cal was introduced me to BB. Only by the time I had entered this story, BB had begun to be manipulated by RK into this horrible Neckbeard. Racist, convinced into liking RK's musk, which was his piss smell. I often tried to give RK the benefit of the doubt about his smell. He showered often, but I didn't know it was all without soap. So when he said he couldn't help it, I believed him. Now to the tale of our second month living with them. This is when things became tense. When we all started to see through the bullshit. You see, RK and BB had 2 cats, Mish and Moo. They refused to get either cat fixed, so Mish, the male, would spray all over their side of the apartment and piss everywhere. And Moo, the female, was in heat all the time, so she would yowl constantly. It was mind-numbing, and probably painful for her. One time, she took a shit in Percival's bed, and she also pissed in RK and BB's bed often. We begged them to spend the money to get at least Mish fixed so he would stop spraying, or I would have to have the cats removed from the house altogether. Finally, after a lot of complaining from them about how they didn't have the money, or even if they could afford cigarettes and weed, RK was going to finally get Mish fixed. But RK didn't have a car, so Cal took him to the vet in his car. This was a mistake, as Mish sprayed all over Cal's nice car and made it smell for a fucking year. Ugh. Yeah. I was livid. Cal was livid. And RK didn't give a fuck. Didn't even offer to clean up the car. They never got Moo fixed, and she is probably still yowling to this day. It rings over the mountains and haunts me in my dreams. You have a way with words. Oh, because they got neither cat fixed, Moo was also pregnant. So one day after class, Cal and I were surprised to find a bloody couch and 3 kittens in a box with a very upset Moo. Oh wow. BB was at work, and with Cal and I at school, Percival was alone with RK. He started dumping all of his emotional issues out on Percival, talking about how myself and my partner wouldn't join him in a polyamorous relationship. Why would you want to? When Percival tried explaining to him how this wouldn't work because RK's partner BB also didn't want to be in a polyamorous relationship with Cal and myself, it just honestly wouldn't have worked out, and you'll find out more reasons why it wouldn't later. Percival tried several times to calm RK down. You just have to accept that it's not a plausible relationship, he tried to explain. And RK would yell, "It's not fair, I love them!" And he punched the couch next to Moo, startling her into labor. Percival jumped up, thinking RK had hit the poor cat, and moved to check on her. She starts yowling, and that's when he realized, no, kittens are happening. Just after the kittens were born, RK decided this whole thing was just too exhausting, and he quietly left to go sleep in Percival's room, where he stunk up the pillows with his BO. Yeah, RK had a habit of just sleeping in other people's beds, whether or not he's allowed. That's fucking horrifying. Percival was left all alone with these kittens. After a few hours, Moose started yowling again. Alarmed, Percival ran to go wake up RK, but RK instead got angry and just said, "Well, leave me alone, I'm fucking sleeping!" So Percival returned to help the cat deliver her final kitten. By himself. Percival was freaking out when RK finally returned. He griped about missing his napping opportunity. Oh, boo-hoo. By then, Percival had toweled off the last kitten and got Moo water. RK looked at the cats and then back to Percival before angrily saying, "Everything is fucking fine. What did you wake me up for?" Somebody just needs to slap this guy. Percival, who happens to be very non-confrontational, just quietly said, "She's your cat. I thought you would want to help." RK huffed an angry shrug before throwing himself on the couch next to the kittens, making Percival jump with worry for the cat's safety. After this, Percival decided to find a large box from our move into this hellhole and turn it into a comfortable spot for Moo and her babies. After this, RK and BB didn't even try to find the kittens' homes, or pay to feed or care for them. So Cal, Percival, and I ended up caring for the lot of them. Eventually, we ended up keeping 2 of the kittens. Much to our horror, this brought the cat count from 2 to 5, which was a lot. And RK and BB never helped out, and kept the 3rd kitten. They complained every time we made them scoop cat litter, like they complained when we made them do any other chore, and their laziness and neglect would only stand to get worse. And after this, because RK and BB were mad at Cal and I for making them fix their male cat, RK was especially upset because Cal and I were not interested in dating him. Ew. Though with this idea of love being sex, you can only imagine what he really wanted. RK decided he would fulfill his fantasies of being this super smart and edgy person and mastermind a wedge between everyone in the house. What a fucking douche. Because if we weren't putting up with RK's bullshit, then he would seek to overload us with so much of it that we're helpless. And honestly, he was pretty successful. He drove Percival and I's mental health and friendship into the ground for a while. Cal and I started arguing a lot, and then RK would spread rumors between each of us. He started negging us hardcore. What a douche. That's the end of part 2. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you again, Moonhorse, for giving this a look. Thank you for sharing this story. Percival, Cal, and I will be writing out the next part soon. I look forward to it. Oh, I said it before about the last part, but like, holy shit, I had no idea this guy was this much of a fucking douchebag. Like, seriously. It's like living with like a fucking overweight, self-absorbed teenager. Like, this guy only cares about anything specifically for himself and does not give a single fuck about anyone or anything else, unless it directly involves him. That's such a douche way to be. And this guy is just like, he's a mega douche. The ultra douche. The douche fucking factory. They could tattoo Summer's Eve across his forehead. So, wow. And I mean, the cats, like, you're not even, they're your kittens, you know? These are your cats. These are, this is your responsibility here, bro. Nothing at all. What a fucking dickwad. And just, oh my god, someone who smells like that all the time being just like, oh, but I want you to be in a relationship with me. It's like, yeah, well, I want you to be in a relationship with a fucking bar of soap, but that don't seem to be working out. Do it, homie. Dial fucking oil of Olay. Something. Pick a fucking bar, dude. Like, seriously. Wash your ass. I'm convinced, and that's something, this is a small side tangent, but I'm convinced that is one thing I have learned from this whole Backstreet Boys reunion tour in a super hardcore way. For the longest time, I always thought that like soap and body wash companies came up with all these different scents because they were trying to be like, oh yes, money. But now I'm 100% convinced that they're doing this because they're like, not enough of you are fucking bathing, okay? We're gonna give you every scent on the planet. Pick one, but please, for the love of God, wash your ass. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm starting to feel this way. I'm starting to feel like that's why Axe has so many ridiculous scents. And they're just like, you can smell like space if you want to, but for God's sakes, get in the shower. And that's how I feel with this dude. It's like, you can smell like anything in the world, but fucking wash. Holy shit. This is an incredible story, and I can't wait to see what other parts you're going to share with us. Also, I am really sorry you had to put up with all this nonsense. That is... wow. Just... ugh. How do you get in the shower and not use soap? I just don't understand it. I don't. I really don't. But, that's the end of this video, so thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this and would like to send me your own story, you can by sending it to r/MoonhorseStories. I check it every day, so I will see it. Also, if you'd like to support this channel, you can buy something from the merch shop or donate to Ko-Fi. I forgot the name for a second. I'm a professional YouTuber, you guys. Ain't I good at this shit? So yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I think that still does a thing. I don't know. I just work here. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I forgot the word video for a second. I'm alright, I promise. Just a little fried. It's been a long night. I'm gonna go to bed. But I love you all, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.